Today's story is hilarious. The village chief asked Philip what happened in America, and Philip smiled mysteriously, saying it was just a small incident that was already resolved. Then the village chief told Philip a little thriller. 2 days ago, a fully armed group of guests stormed the village and forced the villagers to gather in the town square. The leader, Terry, shouted like a villain that he was looking for Philip, threatening the villagers that if they didn't find him, the village would have a party every day. Seeing that everyone was a wooden doll, Terry gave his subordinate a look, and the guy immediately shot a warm welcome to villager. Despite that, no one helped Terry, angering him to have his subordinate bring warmth to villagers. At this moment, a motorcycle zoomed in like a flying dragonfly. Riding it was a capable girl, like a superhero Philip's cousin Lydia. She boldly offered to reveal Philip's whereabouts if villagers were freed. Terry obviously wasn't pleased after hearing that, and in a dramatic twist, Lydia snatched the henchman's gun, but got welcomed by a bullet while escaping. Seeing that someone was about to die, the village chief reluctantly told Terry the village's secret, leading to Philip becoming an escaped aristocrat. Philip knew the villagers' plight was all because of him, so he didn't roar at the village chief. Instead, he accompanied him to check on the injured Lydia. Fortunately, Lydia wasn't seriously hurt, and Philip felt very guilty. Lydia curiously asked, "How did you attract these uninvited?" The village chief said they must resolve the issue thoroughly or the visitors will return. Philip was well aware of that, so after leaving the village, he took his daughter to meet his CIA buddy Holman. Lisa asked why the assassin had a photo of Philip. However, Holman replied, "I can't handle this," saying they deleted it all and could only surrender. Philip didn't dwell on it. After all, they were ready to take on Terry with a party, but dealing with him required some props. Philip had already devised a plan. They learned from the black market that Terry had a heart-thumping encrypted ledger stashed in a Their plan was to smoothly snatch Terry's ledger, and at that point, he would definitely come by to make friends. But the biggest problem now was that they had no clue which treasure bank held that ledger. This required Holman to help them play detective, but Holman stated the goal was to hand the ledger over to Terry without a clear plan. But Holman immediately refused to get involved with Terry, seemingly a bit guilty. The other side was just too terrifying, causing him to grease his feet and try to escape. Holman then called his old partner, Sanders. Upon hearing that Holman needed him to investigate Terry, Sanders hesitated a bit. As a CIA agent, he clearly understood Terry's tough character, but he reluctantly agreed to help Holman because of a past. After the call, Holman told the duo that he wanted to join their plan, but insisted on cutting the cake for 30%. Lisa refused, but Philip thought this was the only way out, so he agreed. Following Holman's treasure map, they checked into a luxury hotel right across from the bank. Soon after, Holman arrived and informed them that this bank catered to some special friends, with nearly all assets stored there. Therefore, their plan had to be precise. Any slip-up would make Terry's minions swarm like ants on candy, causing chaos. After Holman left, the duo began their mysterious mission scouting the bank's surroundings, and Lisa noticed the comings and goings were pitifully few. There was only one guard at the entrance. Obviously, they thought no one would dare to rob them, and just then, this was the opportunity they were looking for. Lisa swaggered in pretending to be a client, claiming she was a special envoy from Terry. Hearing this, the manager's dad vanished. Lisa had precious gems to store. She needed to inspect the vault, so she effortlessly infiltrated the vault, and subsequently, they began collaboratively devising the ground money heist plan. The plan was to use airflow to disrupt the surveillance and then force the door with C4. Before this, Lisa spent $20 on a pack of fake diamonds to confuse the manager. With everything ready, Holman was observing the bank's surroundings from the room while Philip and his daughter kicked off their mission. But just as they left, the leisurely Terry at the villa received a phone call, and it was none other than Holman on the line. To get more money, Holman actually spilled Philip's entire plan to Terry. "Are you sure? Do you think I need fake diamonds?" "Of course I need them. Sorry. The God of Wealth highly recommends you, of course." Meanwhile, Terry, having heard the news, quickly dispatched his henchmen to surround Philip and his daughter. As Lisa was being assigned a task by the manager, she quietly stuck a decoder under the desk. The manager was still grinning like a fool, completely oblivious to Lisa's little action. Subsequently, the two entered the vault, and Lisa switched on the airfill. She ran in like a rhinoceros, knocking the manager out, then took out her phone and conveniently located Terry's vault. She then stuck a C4 onto the vault, and with a bang, the vault effortlessly opened. Lisa easily grabbed the USB storing the encrypted ledger. At that moment, security charged in and promptly dealt with the two. Lisa strolled out of the bank like nothing happened, while Philip was outside ready to catch her. However, Terry's henchmen arrived. The mother and daughter received a warm welcome from thugs behind as they started the motorcycle. The thugs chased them in cars, but the mother and daughter took impassable paths on their motorcycle.